Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are all well. This is it, the final part of the Tamiya 120th Leyton House CG901B build. Really enjoyed this, it's been a great kit. Even though it's an oldie, it's definitely a goldie. Here we are, all the paint's been done, the Leyton House blue, the Leyton House aquamarine blue, decals laid down, the zero paints 2K diamond coating clear all over the top was fully cured. Now what I'm doing is I'm using cutting paste to try and get any blemishes off it, and then I will polish it using Custom Wizards polish, and then wax it with Custom Wizards ceramic wax. Who's Custom Wizards? You've probably never heard of them. It's a family run business in Wrexham. They are a great company, get all my stuff in my car off them, and this is basically replicating what you do on a car. Now I did say I was going to do some colour sanding on this model. I had to go on an area that you can't see, and basically I couldn't quite get it to the standard I wanted, so I thought okay, give it a miss. But the clear coats have gone down really well anyway, and I was really happy. So it's just a case of refining with what I've got. I'm using terry cloths basically to cut into it, and removing with the microfiber. There we are, I'm sticking some wax on there. This is the ceramic wax. Now, I'll admit it, it's not cheap, but my god, it's good stuff. You don't need a great deal of it. The cutting paste uses Maguire's Ultimate Compound. You'll get that from any car automotive detailer or spares place. Halfords and anyone like those. I don't know what the alternative is on the continent or in America, but anywhere that does car shampoos, they'll have Maguire stuff. But give Custom Wizards a look if you're into high class shampoos and waxes. Right, we're onto the front suspension. We've done the upper wishbone and one of the lower wishbones. We are now onto the cockpit. As you can see, I've painted the belts in. It took me time and I actually did a decent job on it. Shot myself. I sat down with a Domino Models paintbrush. Don't know if you can still get them. Last time I looked on their website, they haven't got any. But yeah, really good. And I used, what's that bottle I've got? Vallejo blue. Gluing the dashboard and the steering wheel to the bulkhead using the Ammo by MIG ultra thin cement. Just getting the steering wheel straight, because as anybody who drives knows, nothing more horrible than a wonky wheel. There's the bulkhead glued now to the driver's seat. These blue belts. That we are now gluing the rarest thing on racing cars these days, a gear stick. Yep, Leyton House did not have a flappy paddle gearbox. I mean, the Judd was off the shelf engine. They went either to Hewland or Getrag, something like that, for an off the shelf gearbox. More than likely it would be Hewland. Now we have to get the seat and the bulkhead in, glue it in. I think this, yeah, I'm using the Tamiya thick cement or standard cement. There's a notch on the interior of the body where you can push it up to locate it properly. Now those glues basically, they lightly melt the exterior plastic, so it theoretically welds it into place. Just give it a few minutes to dry. Now that should be done. More suspension parts. Now this next bit was an absolute swine, because there's two locating parts on that bulkhead, and you have to feed the suspension through the side body of that little hole on what will later become the bottom of the body, and then you have to loop it around the back of the seat and clip it into place. And it really tested me. I was doing this late at night. I'd been up since 4 o'clock because ex-lorry driver, I'm used to getting up early, and I'm also a carer for my mum. She's got terrible arthritis, and earlier this year she had a nasty infection, and I'll be honest, we nearly lost her. So it's been on me to do all the cooking, cleaning, basically do what's right by my mum. She's a lot better now, but I don't think she'll ever be even 75% what she used to be. But here we are. You can see I'm having to move that suspension thing around into stupid angles just to try and clip it in, and definitely didn't want to go in first time. I mean, once it's in, it's in. It ain't coming back out again, but yeah, I was spitting feathers, as us Midlanders say. Now that centre section, just glue that in, and that's it. There we are. More suspensions. Well, the arms are in place. Now we've got to put in the parts that deflect the air into the discs to cool them. These are like they become the hubs for this model, and I do this right. I put the bottom in first and try and click the top in. It actually works better the other way around, as I found out. But you see, the more I do, the more of these things I learn. The more I learn, the better I get, until eventually I'll get to a point where I might be as good as some of the higher end model makers. I mean, some of the guys look up to spray painting that. Barbados Rex, he's got a very large channel here on YouTube. Paul Bretland, better known as Paul ISM or Pro Scale Paints, his models are superb. He doesn't think they are, but my god, I think they're fantastic. But they are. I think some of my models, some of my friends say, oh, that's really good, that is. And I'm thinking, nah, it's average at best. Perhaps I'm too much of a perfectionist, I don't know. I can't say that with the Subaru that I did last. I wasn't very pleased with that, but with everything that had gone on with my mum, she'd been in hospital for 3 months and moves backwards and forwards visiting, so I think I got to the point where this model's just going to be a pain in the backside. I just want to get it done and get on to something new, which was this Leyton House, and I'm glad I built this model. Here we are. Just clipping everything into place, and then you've got these little nibs that have to go in, and they can be an absolute swine. There we are, suspension's all done. Apart from, I think I'm going to put the steering arm in. There's like a little cross section that goes between the two. Oh no, I'm putting the air intakes in. Yeah, painting them, gluing them in from behind, but eventually I had to run a seam down the side because, like just up in there, they keep dropping off. One side done, onto the other. Again, try and do it from behind, but it didn't want to know. close up. Yeah, happy with that. Really happy with that. Out with a thick glue. We're going to try to get the stick in the nose cone on. But in the end, that turned out to be a waste of time. You'll find out later why. There you are. It's late in the night. I was saying late for me, cause getting up at 4 o'clock when it's at 8 PM, you've been up 16 hours. You start to get to the point where, I think I want my bed. I'm going to have to be up early again in the morning. There we are, nose cone is now on. We are now going to reach for the chassis. I've already glued in the Judd V8 engine. There we are. A good thick layer of Tamiya cement. The monocoque is now on the chassis. I think I'm running another bead of glue around those air vents. And they are in. There's only one more thing to put on now. Those air vents direct air to something. And that something is the radiators. After all, no radiators, that engine's going to overheat rather rapidly. But I think I'm going to put the air trumpet on. No, definitely the radiators. These fitted really well. I thought up to this point this model had gone really, really well. It was from here on in. The front wing and the rear wing really gave me a nightmare. I don't like doing these Formula 1 rear wings. If they could be moulded in one piece, that'd suit me perfectly. But again, it's going to be, the more I make, the better I get. Practice makes perfect. Front wing, right, we're putting the wing end plates on. Those have been done in gloss 2K. The inner parts of the wing painted in Tamiya semi-gloss black, and the actual wing itself has been coated in 2K semi-gloss from Zero Paints. It is now, this morning, stupid o'clock. I've already been up half an hour and just waiting to put the phone in front of you. There you are, it's not even 10 past 4 in the morning. So, let's get started. This is where things start getting a bit of a bugbear. Plenty of glue on the front wing, stick it on the nose, doesn't want to know, hold it in place, doesn't want to know. I haven't had my coffee. I'm starting to quietly scream in my head at myself, and oh dear, the nose just fell off. Brilliant! Great. That's it, I'm sticking the nose on to the front wing without it being mounted to the car. More glue, gets on, holds in place. Just stay there, you swine. I know in the future I'll be using super glue. I actually had some downstairs in the fridge of all places. I've been told by people that that's the place to keep super glue from going thick and gloopy. Yeah, wait some time. Have you bonded? Are you stuck? Are you a permanent fixture? Right, some glue around the nose cone, let's get it all in place. And for the time being, it seemed to stay in position. I even run a bead of this extra thin. Just belt and braces and pray for the best. Right then, this is the wheels. We're putting the brake discs on. Bead of glue. This bit all went. This was dead easy. Happy. I'd painted the external disc in gunmetal grey. The actual caliper is painted in Tamiya titanium gold, and the inner bell housing of the brake is done in standard gold. So far it's looking great. So far it's gone, apart from that front wing at this point, it's gone really, really well. I was happy with the kit. In fact, I'm still happy with the kit. I'll build it again tomorrow. If it wasn't so close to Christmas, I'd probably, if I had one in stock, I'd go for it. But here we are. As you can see, I'm now getting out some screws, because unlike other Tamiya models, the wheels on this model screw in. There's a few models like this and others that there's little stub axle on the back of the wheel, and there's a little rubber grommet, and you have to play it backwards and forwards and try and tease it into position. When they work well, but you all the time thinking, these little plastic suspension arms aren't going to take this, are they? I prefer this way to some extent, but it's just getting that initial grip on getting the wheels on. But yeah, bit by bit they went on. It's only that one back tyre where I've had one of the Eagle transfers damage. The rest of them, those seem to go down well, and I've sold them using a very expensive bottle of Tester's matte paint. I had to order it from America because it's not unavailable in the UK. My God, for doing wheels and tyres, it's brilliant stuff. I've got it to hand here. Here we are, what's it called? Tester's dual coat. Tester's dual coat top coat. That bottle cost me, I think it was best part of 20 odd quid, UK money. And it arrived after 2 weeks, and being a purchase off eBay, I was fearing it was going to be a fake bottle, but no, it was right. It was the real deal. Now on to the rear wing. This bit really fooled me. In the future I will be using super glue on these. Get it into place, get them set solid. Because I got it done, I got it mounted onto the back of the car, and it all fell apart. Which it's even 6 o'clock in the morning, after a half decent night's sleep and a cup of coffee, because I'm washed and dressed by now, I was not a happy bunny. In fact, very far from being a happy bunny. As one of my mates has said, I was speaking pure Welsh, even though I don't speak a word of it. If there's anybody watching from Wales and you take offence to that, I do apologise. There we are, that's the upper element onto the one of the outer wings, wing end plates. Now I'm trying to get the lower part in. Now on this model, that lower wing is what fits the wing onto the whole of the rear car. There's two little holes and two little holes on the stays on the gearbox of the car, and that's what fits it to it. And could I get those things to line up? I did for about 5 minutes. That's when everything fell off and fell apart. The front wing fell off, and I was livid. I was pure. I was about the same colour as a Ferrari Formula 1 car. So it was a case of walk away, cup of tea, and pray for the best. But there you are. That's how it stood first after I got it together. You can see the one end plate's missing. Got the wing end plate, got the rear wing on. Looked brilliant there. And then it all went a bit Pete Tong. But here's some of the stuff I used. The Leyton House Aquamarine Blue from Zero Paints. Went down a treat. Really happy with that. Zero paints for some reason have a bad reputation with a lot of people. I've had no problem with them. Might just be the batch that I had, because I brought some a while ago. I brought a bulk purchase. That one went well. That's the clear coat. I use the gloss one. 2K for the best shine, but it can be bad on your lungs, so make sure you got a good face mask and a extractor. But always a good coat. 2K is the best finish. That's what I used on the wings, the semi-gloss clear coat system. That stuff's really thick, so you have to watch how you mix that stuff. You don't need a great deal of it, but it's really good. And it's British company. Glues, a extra thin cement from Ammo by MIG. Yeah. I also use the Tamiya extra thin as well, but that's what I've used on more or less exclusively on this model. And then when I need to be bailed out of jail and I'm in trouble, that stuff, the Bob Smith Industries Super Gold. Very, very good super glue. It's what a lot of the top modelers use now, and I'm going to have to start using more of it. And when I get back to work, I'm going to have to keep buying some. And to get that stuff to set quickly, you got the Insta Set. Just put it in a cap, a cotton swab, get it up by it, and it sets it instantly. Happy days. Right. Compound is the Maguire's Ultimate. You can get that from Halfords or any car spares shop. It's one of the best cutting pastes I use. Right, the polishes and the waxes from Custom Wizards. That's located at Leyton House, Abbey Road North, Wrexham Industrial Estate, Wrexham. If you want to, you can telephone 01978 661236 or email sales@customwizards.co.uk, and the website is www.customwizards.co.uk. Jason's a great bloke to do trade with, and he's a very down-to-earth bloke. On the decals, the old Microset and Microsol, but I knocked them over a couple of times, and I've probably not spilt as much as I've used. Right then, airbrushes. For the bigger jobs, I've used the Spar Max airbrush. That's a 0.5 needle. Got that from Japan, Plaza Japan. Very cheap there, and they are rapid delivery, saying from it's the other side of the world. For the more closer detail work and the finer stuff, I use the Ultimate Modelling Products Apex. Really enjoy using that. It's a good airbrush. Never any problems, and it's easy to clean out, and come highly recommended by most people I know. There we are, the finished model. Even after the wings had fell off and fell apart, that's how it looks. I think I finally cracked it. I honestly do. Love the colour, love the model, love putting it together, apart from that back wing, but less said about that the better. And now it's over to me. See you in a minute. Hello ladies and gentlemen, hope you're all well. Well, that's it, it's built, the Leyton House CG901B by Tamiya. And just to prove that I have built it, there it is. Finally, I think I've cracked it. This looks absolutely spot on to me. It's given me a few fights along the way, especially towards the end. Front wing and rear wing wouldn't stay on, so the Bob Smith Industries super glue had to come out. Let's put it back in its box. Right then, I now know I have to take more time about my building and try and get as better finished as possible rather than racing through and getting content out. That's it. It's December the 18th today. I'm not doing any more now till after Christmas. So all I can say is to all my subscribers, new and old, as long as you celebrate this Christmas, this time of year, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully I'll see more of you in the new year. I've got a load of kits to build, Formula 1, Rally. I'm going to have a crack at some road cars as well. Different makes. I've got a load of Tamiya. I've got Hasegawa. And I have some Fujimi as well, Formula 1 kits by Fujimi. One that I am tempted to do is the Ferrari 126, the Gilles Villeneuve and Didier Pironi car. As you can tell, I am a Formula 1 fanatic, and I just like cars in general. But until the new year, and I've got to get myself a job sorted in the new year, because this hobby does cost money. You have to buy glues and paints, and it's always changing. Excuse me. So, look after yourselves, as I always say. Be good to each other. And I will see you on the next video in the new year, more than likely. If not, slightly before I'll get one started. Look after yourselves. See you soon. Ta-ra a bit.